Yeah.
Okay. She says I'm starting today. She always start. No, she don't.
I have been.
She start quick. Okay, listen. I'm gonna do the same thing. Welcome to the dinner table with Q and She. How y'all guys doing, man? It's Thursday, 7 o'clock. You know this what we do, man. She, what's happening?
First of all, that's not what I do.
Yes, you do.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to the dinner table with Q and She. She, Q, what's what it do?
See? That's exactly what you do. What's going on, everybody? What's happening? What's happening?
My bad.
Listen, welcome to the show, man. This is gonna be a real good show today. We're talking about divorce, and I'm just giving you a quick glimpse or synopsis of what we're gonna go through. This will, we're gonna be talking about divorce. What can cause a divorce? How do you come back from a divorce? And all divorces don't end in like being beefed out or having animosity or being a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes divorce is needed. It's a lot of people going through things, man. You know what I'm saying? I've heard it. I've heard people, people don't call me. Since I put it out that I'll be talking about my divorce, a lot of people didn't know I was divorced. Well, some people know. I might not know a lot. I might not have known that people knew, but people knew. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, here, sometimes you just be transparent, man, and get in front of everything. And you know what I'm saying? You be able to control the narrative and what people got to say, and then you hear it from me. You understand what I'm saying? So then also, we'll be talking about just the current issues that's going on today. Like you got
Flooding. Yes, all the flooding's going on in New Orleans and different other states, and people evacuating and leaving their homes. Some people are stuck and they can't leave. So praying for everybody. They've even found some people deceased in their cars that were submerged underwater. So definitely praying for the weather conditions.
Submerged. Yeah.
And that state. You're being funny.
I'm not.
Submerge. You know what submerge is?
I understand that, but I'm like,
I use that word.
Good choice.
Thank you. And so yeah, praying for those people. I can't with Q. I be so serious and focused, and Q be so.
Lighten up.
I'm lighting up. I'm loose, but this is a serious issue, and here come the jokester with the jokes about the words that I
just
use.
said submerge. That's all I said.
But it's the way you said it, and I know your meaning behind it.
Submerge.
So, anyway, praying for those people that's dealing with that right now, because it is, watching, and I don't watch the news a lot because so much negativity, but just reading the stories and hearing the stories of people and their families and their loved ones. And 16 years ago, they had Katrina.
Yeah.
And now here it is, Ida, the hurricane. So praying for those people.
And what's so crazy is because you go from one part of the country all the way to the other part of the country where you got wildfires over there in California.
Yes, in California.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man.
That's why, you know what? And I know a lot of people talk about the cold winters here, but we have one of the best weather conditions when it comes to things like that. We don't have all of that. So I'll take a cold winter. I'll take snow. But we don't have all of those things going on here in Michigan.
You'll take a sister soldier?
Huh?
You'll take a sister soldier?
Yeah.
The coldest one ever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the cold weather. This warm weather. I'm so glad the humidity went down, because I am not. The heat you can take off clothes and still be hot. At least in the winter you can put on, you can layer up and stay cold or warm. But this heat, the humidity was, it was something different. So I'm glad that the weather has cooled down. Fall is like 3 days away, and that's my season, fall and winter, and I can't wait.
Yeah, those colors, man.
Yeah.
I also want to give a shout out to my brother, man, Foolish. You know what I'm saying? Foolish was in a bad car accident. He was involved in a hit and run, man, and he's recovering. He's doing better and everything, man. So we want to give our prayers out to Foolish and his family and everything, man. Shout out to my guy. That's my brother. He always say, I know they say you look like me because they say I look like you. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Foolish, man. Our prayers are with you, man. Thumbs up, man. You understand them? And then speedy recovery.
Yes.
And now I want to talk about Kanye West's album. Kanye West dropped his album, when was it, Sunday night?
Mm-hmm.
It was pushed back, but he had 60 million streams within 24 hours on Apple around the world.
Wow.
In 152 countries.
Very influential.
Wow. That's the third ever, the biggest stream in history.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't like his album, man, but I actually listened to every song, which is 27 songs, into its entirety, and I like it. I really think creatively and lyrically, I like it. I like how he bridged the gap between young and old. He had Roddy Ricch on there. He got Lil Baby. He got Da Baby. He got Jada Kiss.
I like
he
the
got
Baby and Jada Kiss.
He has Tyler the Creator on there, and it's spiritual, you know. And you have to, when you listen to stuff, stop listening for what you trying to make it to be, and listen for what it is.
Well, people already have their own perception of it before they even listen to it, and they don't give it an opportunity to. And some you got to listen to songs. I'm like this. I can't speak to everybody else, but I have to listen to something a few times. It has to resonate in my, like listening to it and what I feel. So yeah.
I would not listen to 27 songs of his again.
Oh, is that 27 songs?
Yeah, I gave him that one time, and I like it, but I'm not going through the whole.
Well, not
shit
the
again.
whole thing, but you hear something that. Yeah, you stick out to you.
Technically, it's not 27 songs because he has part 1, part 2 of a bunch of songs.
Right,
okay.
right.
So he just broke the songs up. So it's really not 27 songs. It's really like 13.
Okay, but they just broke them up.
Yeah, it's like 13 or 14 full, like 13 full songs.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But they broke it up. So that's why when people see the 27, they be like, "Oh my god!"
Right, 27 songs. Yeah.
I listen to everything, and then his release was at a stadium. He built his old house in the stadium, right? Mm-hmm. And then he had people around there singing or whatever, and he put his house on fire, set his house on fire. Then he set himself on fire.
Wow.
And people was like, "That's devil. That's this, that, and other." I think that he's just burning his past. He's like, no more. It's like his album is named after his mother, Donda, and he's like just burning that I'm letting all this go
and moving forward.
This is a new Kanye.
He went through a divorce and separate. Yeah, so yeah.
So
people don't pay attention to symbolism.
Yeah,
No,
people don't pay attention to stuff like
everything and a secret. What was that? What's that when you're in a secret group?
He in Illuminati.
Illuminati.
Yeah, Illuminati.
They'll say that in a minute. You know what I'm saying?
He sacrificed his mom.
Right. Yeah, I heard that.
Man, it's crazy, man. So, but we just here, man. We got, like I said, we got a great topic, man. I see people chiming in, man. Shout out to my man D West. What up, Erica? What up, Tanya? And Tanya, I'm gonna speak on us, and I'm not going to, I'm gonna just, I'm not going to embarrass us.
Anyway,
I'm gonna speak well though. You understand? So somebody need to hear this. What we got to talk about tonight. Mm-hmm. This is a therapy session, and when I go back and listen and look at this, it's a therapy session for myself. Mm-hmm. You understand? So, what else we got before we get into it?
Let's get into it because I think we're gonna take up the whole hour. I'm not gonna waste no time tonight. I'm moving forward.
I think you need about 40 minutes, and I need 10.
No, you need about 40 minutes. Now, y'all know Q talk way more than I do. Q gonna talk, and then he gonna be like, and then I go say something. He like, you know what? And then, my bad. I don't mean to cut you off. You already know.
I'm not gonna cut you off today. And since I started the show, you start this.
All right, well, let's talk about divorce. So do you guys know, in Michigan, the divorce rate is 11.5%. Nationwide divorce is 10.9%. And during the COVID, a lot of people divorced.
Yes.
And I think it was just being together, uncertainties, finances, the frustration of the unknown, what's going on, and it brought out a lot what's going on in people's marriages. So that had a lot. They said the rate of divorce went up.
Yeah.
Domestic violence went up during the COVID.
Yeah.
So, it's just something to think about. You never go into a marriage thinking you'll divorce, but
Right.
sometimes things happen. And I'm a firm believer. I don't condone divorce. I don't. Me, I always work it out. Try to work it out if you can, but
Right.
sometimes you can't work it out. There's some things that you just can't recover from, or you won't allow yourself to recover from.
Yeah.
And it's not always just cheating, even though cheating is up there and it's big.
Yeah.
It could be finances. It could be how you handle the children, or just you outgrow each other. Sometimes
Yeah.
you could fall in, just like you fall in love, you can fall out of love.
Yeah.
And people don't make it work. And I think in marriage, it's a lot of selfishness.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's to me the cause of a lot of divorces.
Yeah.
Selfish. Nobody don't want to give,
Yeah.
and nobody don't want to compromise and come to a happy medium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From a woman's point, I want to ask you a question because sometimes men don't understand. You know what I mean? So from a woman's point and going through a divorce, are you really divorced before the divorce? Because they say sometimes women before if a woman asks for a divorce, she was gone 6 or 7 months, even maybe a year prior to that. Is that true?
Well, I kind of believe that because for a woman to want a divorce, mostly to me, women will stick it out more so than a man, but until they can't take anymore, like it's just too much. But to me, divorce. If I say I want a divorce, I tapped out a while ago. I'm finalizing it now. I'm bringing it to your attention that I don't want this no more, and I'm pretty specific. I'm gonna give you the reasons why. It's just not I don't want a divorce, and it's never been. I've been married 3 times, and my divorces have never been because.
You say what?
Well, the last one was because infidelity. My husband cheated.
Okay.
The first 2 was not of cheating. That wasn't it. It was just the first one should have never did it. And you want to do what's right. They say you love somebody, and you like, okay, we're not gonna shag. We're gonna live together. We're gonna do this right. That was that marriage. My second marriage, that one hit a little different because we were both intertwined and we had children together. And Fred on here, he was on here not that long ago talking about blended families. So that divorce, we didn't get along. We shouldn't have never got married either.
Right.
But we were just, now we good friends. We talk, kick it all the time.
Right.
We're better friends than we were husband and wife. So sometimes, you have to get out of that. It was a toxic relationship because he was living, doing his, how he lived, and I was how I lived, and bringing the 2 together just didn't mesh like that. And my third marriage, my husband cheated. And I'm the type of person, I'm not staying in nothing. It's not, if I'm not happy or I can't be myself, I'm not going to stay in it. That's not just with marriage, with family, with friends. I don't have the tolerance to be in something that is not beneficial to either one of us, not just me, but the other person. Mm-hmm. So once you cheat, I have the mindset, and people can change, but that's it for me. I'm not giving you another chance to do it again. And that's that.
And that's because people can change. But the thing of it is, okay, when you say that you went through that, did any time did you go to counseling?
Yes, actually, both. The first one, yes. Second one, we went to counseling a few times. Third one, even after he cheated, I was done, and it actually got ugly on my end with him. And this is another thing. To me, if your husband is cheating or wife is cheating, you never address the person they were cheating with. Right. You address that person because that's who you married to. They made a vow with you, not the person that they cheated with. I would never go after another woman because my husband stepped out on a marriage. My taking out in frustration was with him. So, it got ugly on my end, and anybody know me know that I can be a little violent. So it's like, don't mess with me, don't come for me.
No limit soldier.
No limit soldier. Y'all smile on here, but in real life,
I knew it.
Yeah, the number streets come out real quick.
That's why she work in the yard. You know what I'm saying? You can't mess with somebody that work in the yard.
Yes, so don't mess with me.
She work with bricks, and you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I seen her grab a brick and her nail came off, and she kept going. I'm like, damn, her real nail.
So silly. So my thing is, in the end, it's repercussions to everything you do.
Repercussions.
Yes. So you do something in your marriage, you got to face the consequences of what you've done, whether you like it or not. And then my husband still wanted to work it out, but I was done. I tapped out, and I could not see myself even being in that because you messed up. You messed up with the wrong person. Well, you messed up with the right person because I feel like this. You step out, we're done. I can't recover from it. I don't want to recover from it. That's just me. I can't say I couldn't. I didn't want to. I'm just going to be transparent and be honest.
Well, let me pour me a little drink real quick. I get into this. Earl Stevens by E40. I can actually say this, man. It's taken a while for me to get to this point to be able to talk about it and be transparent, man. I can say that I can honestly say I was a terrible husband. Not horrible.
I know what you're saying,
but terrible. You know what I'm saying? Like I had my good points, and I had a lot of bad points. I can say I had a good wife. You know what I'm saying? I had a good wife, man, and the things that she did, because she wasn't a saint. But the things that I did way overrode all of that. I could have dealt with what she did, but me, it was more selfishness, and I didn't know it. It was more a narcissist.
That's a good one. Narcissist,
like
yes.
for real. I was really that. It was about Q. It was about Q Hefner. It was about, I really detached from Quentin. You know what I'm saying? I really lived the Q and Q Hefner, man, and going out here to these parties and getting the attention that I was wanting from my wife. You know what I'm saying? But I think had I came at her a different way, she would have responded different. But I came to her, I was, intoxicated a lot, you know what I'm saying? I dealt with alcohol, you know what I'm saying? Coming in, smelling like alcohol, being out all night, hanging out. And sometimes it didn't have to do with, it was just hanging with the fellas at the bars, just kicking it, looking for attention. I was looking for attention, meaning attention from women and men. Men like, dude, you sharp as hell, nigga. Look at Q Hefner. And I really, really got in that Q Hefner mode. And I made everything look good to the public, sacrificing for the streets. But my household was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Not spending time with my kids properly like I was supposed to. Not doing the things that a husband was supposed to do. And I didn't really understand that. You know what I'm saying? So, and just be transparent with I can't lie, man, infidelity as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, when things happen, and I won't get into that, I'm not going to put me and Tanya on Front Street like that.
Right.
I'm just really going to speak about me in the marriage. When I saw how bad I hurt that woman, you know what I'm saying? It really fucked me up. You know what I'm saying?
And it did.
To really know that I caused this. Because if you think about it, me making excuses was trying to justify my actions. But everything that happened around what I've done was affected. My mom, my uncle, my aunts, my relatives was affected by what I did. And I didn't really understand that because I was still trying to justify the fact that I wasn't totally wrong.
Right.
I did this because of this.
Right.
I did this because no, I'm the man. I control that narrative. I can control the good and the bad going on in my household.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And by me being selfish as hell and it's being about Q, I would spend money on clothes and suits and stuff like that and want to go out, but never went and just bought my wife something to compliment me and let's go out together. It was all about Q. It was like Q Hefner. I'm taking pictures. You know what I'm saying? I didn't wear my ring for 10 years. Somebody broke in the house and stole my ring. I had a badass ring. And I would never take my ring off. I'd try to see the point and left my ring at home and turn around and go back. My shit was out cold. They stole my ring. But I made an excuse to live a single facade. I could have got a ring, a band, just to make sure that I made my wife feel comfortable.
Right.
And feel secure. I didn't do that. I made excuses. Like, I don't want no band ring. I'm a fly nigga. I don't want no band. But why you do things that you're supposed to do. So I'm just saying, if there's anybody out there, like, just understanding, man, being selfish, and you supposed to, man, a man has a job to do when you're married.
And the women do too.
And the women do too. What I'm saying is, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, a man can, unless you just got a fucked up woman. You know what I'm saying? But if you got a good woman like I had, that she gave up herself for me and her kids. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Where she lost herself, trying to make sure that I was good. Trying to make sure that she didn't nag. Trying to make sure that she didn't stop me from being me. And I got lost out there. You know what I'm saying? I got lost out there. I wasn't taking care of home. I wasn't taking care of what I was supposed to be taking care of, man. But I made sure I looked good out there. I made sure I took them pictures. I'm taking pictures with other women. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking pictures with, and it wasn't really all the time something going on. It's like, hey, because when you're a promoter, you're a local star.
Yeah.
I'm just going to, you're a local celebrity. You dig? And so when people come to you, hey, Q, let me take a picture. Bow, boom. And then they tag you. They tag you in the picture. And you
and your wife's in
and I'm drunk. I'm in there blowing. I'm like, I'm all on the picture like, eh. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't cool.
It's not.
And then especially when you got kids, man, it's like, man, you have to set an example because your kids is the first man that they see.
That's right.
And when they see me coming in the house and I'm blowed and I'm drunk and this, that, and other. I'm starting arguments. And who want to have sex with somebody smelling like liquor and starting arguments? And then when it's time that she think that, okay, I'm cool, I'm repairing what he did 2 weeks ago, bam, I hit her with something else.
Yeah.
And it's just an ongoing cycle, man.
Now, you know what? Now that we're talking about it, Q and I went through our situation around the same time.
Absolutely.
I think we was talking about it one day. I think I came to you because we are really great friends, and I was just like telling him what happened. And I didn't know what was going on with him because we were still doing our thing, still doing everything that we do. And one day I was so frustrated and mad, and I talked to Q, and he was like, you kidding me? He and his wife was going through the same thing, same kind of situation.
Yeah.
And I was mad at Q because I was mad at my husband, and I was like, what's wrong with you? You know, we had this, and we went back and forth. We argued. I would try to talk to him, and he would, like, get mad at me, but that was trying to justify, I think. And then I was talking about it or to it the way I felt from a woman's point of view.
Yeah.
And you kept saying, that's because you went through it, and that's because you're going through it. We was like, at each other. And even sometimes he got off the phone with me, like, you know what, I'll talk to you later. But we were going through that, and I seen where you came from. Yeah. You know what I was going through. I was like, I had to boom, do this, get that in order. I had to go and take care of some things expeditiously because I was like, I wanted out. I wanted out before the divorce even happened. Yeah. So you was instrumental in that. So we were, like, going through that phase at the same time.
Yeah, that was crazy though. How it happened, and we didn't even know.
We didn't even know. And I one day and we've been talking the whole time.
Yeah.
But he didn't tell me what was going on with him. I'm very private, and so is Q. And he was just still doing Q. And when he said it, it was like it was like broke down.
Man, we done cried together. We done talked, man. You know, I can say honestly, you know, I forced Tanya to divorce. I forced it. I gave her no choice.
Yeah.
Because I kept just doing shit, and then, you know, like I said, I won't get off into everything, man, but, you know, one of the things was verbally abusing. You know what I'm saying? I broke her down, man. You know what I'm saying? I broke her down to where she really didn't know who she was. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I would say things, you know, in a drunken state, and just hurtful shit.
Now, can I ask you, did you hurt her because you were hurt? You know how hurt people. You say stuff verbally to other people, but it's a reflection of how you feel somewhat about yourself.
You know what I think it is? Me and my mother had a talk the other day, and I cried on the phone with her, and she told me I didn't give you the attention that I should have. See, it goes back to my mother and my aunts and uncles didn't get the love from their father.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? And learn how to love and hug and show affection and all that stuff. So I would try to hug my mom or tell her mom I love, but she didn't really know how to. So she wouldn't really hug because it seemed uncomfortable for her. So we talked, and when she said that, I didn't give you attention that I should have gave you. And that it really touched me because that's it. Right. That's it. That's why I thrive for this goddamn attention, because I didn't get it.
Right.
So when everybody like Q Hefner, this not over, I love it. Yeah. That's the attention. Boy, you sharp as hell. Oh, Q, you fine. And all this type of shit. But at the end of the day, I go home and all the people that hug me and touch me, I'm bringing them souls into my house.
Yeah.
And even on the infidelity part, I'm bringing soul in my house, because when you have sex with someone, it's just not sex. You bringing that soul into your aura.
That's so true.
You understand what I'm saying?
It's just not sex.
And I just wish I could have had enough nerve to say, hey, I want out.
Yeah.
I'm not happy. Instead of doing what I did, because I could have left with dignity and respect.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
And I think it hurts you more especially when someone reaches out to your wife or husband, because women cheat too, about your significant other.
Yeah.
And you already feel bad because you got caught, because you didn't expect to get caught. You didn't want to get caught.
That's right.
And then on top of that, now you trying to, that person, and I told you this, and I was telling Tanya this, I take my hat off to you guys, because even though y'all was having trouble, I love y'all still was coexisting with each other and getting through it.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, hats off to y'all because I just didn't have that in me to do that. Like I didn't care if I had to go get me an apartment. You know, I was out of there. I wasn't staying another night where I didn't want to be because I was so angry about it, and I was so. It's like, how dare you? And so I just take my hat off to you guys. But you, like you said, to me, you have to watch how. Let me ask you this. Let me go back. When that happened and it all came out, how did it make you feel? Were you more upset that you got caught, or that you hurt your wife found out, or that or was it a little bit of both?
It was a little bit of both. I really was mad because I got caught. And how I got caught. Yeah. And me blaming other people instead of blaming me, because I had the choice to say no, and I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be a drunken state, whether it be this, whether I was this, I had a choice to say no, and I didn't. So after everything came apart, I stayed in the house for 2 years. She allowed me to stay in the house for 2 years, man. And I got to get my hats off to Tanya, man, because Tanya's a strong individual, man. She has taken on a lot. I am something to deal with.
Oh, I know.
You understand what I'm saying?
It doesn't work with
and
right now.
I give her all the props because she worked. After everything went down, she still cooked for me. She still was acting like a wife, doing the things that she usually do. Still dealing with the girls. Still this, that, and the other. Still holding face. Still not crying around the girls. Still this, that, and the other. And a lot of people stay for the kids. And we were unhappy a long time before all this shit opened up. You know what I'm saying? But you stay for the kids. But let me tell you about my kids. When I sat everybody down at the table and told them that, you know, I was wrong and daddy did this and mommy and daddy having a divorce, this, that, and the other, everybody cried at the table, including myself. The girls asked me questions. After we talked, 10 minutes later, they was running around the goddamn house. You know what I'm saying? My daughter ran upstairs with me and jumped on the bed and shit. So the kids, they'll rather see you apart and happy because they know.
Yeah, the kids know.
You act like they don't know, but they know. They see the distance. And me and Tanya was distant, man. You know what I'm saying? What hurt me. Do you hear the ice cream truck out there? Let me get some ice cream. I'll be right back.
And it is actually, you know, Q's situation is much more recent than mine, as far as the divorce part. And him and his wife was married 20 some years. So
that's a long time.
That's a long time. They have children together. So I understand the emotions behind it because it's something to talk about. It's something to go through. Honestly, you guys, divorce is like a death. It can be. And when you're going through something, first of all, your lives are changing. It's changing, especially that long. And you good?
Huh?
You good?
I had to go get my chocolate.
You fine. I just explain to people.
I had to give me a strawberry shortcake and everything.
Yours is recent. You're going through yours is recent. Y'all was together for 20-some years. Yeah. That's not something to easily just bat your eye at and be like, okay. First of all, you're used to this person. Even good or bad, you're used to this person.
Right.
You're used to how y'all do things together. So, yeah, it's like I said, it's a lot to go through.
It's a long time, man.
Yeah, and then y'all had children together.
Yeah.
And y'all have young kids.
Yeah.
You know, y'all kids are, well, the oldest one is 21
10,
now.
15, or 21?
Yeah, so you had, and it is, I was just saying it's like a divorce because, I mean,
it's like a death, absolutely.
Because you go through so much emotions. Then some part of you want to work it out because you love this person. Let's just be honest. You don't marry nobody. To me, you don't marry nobody you don't love.
Right.
So you do have love for this person.
Yeah.
But sometimes it can be so toxic or something. Some things you can't recover from. You just can't. Yeah. And like I said, you spoke about that. I take my hat off to you and Tanya because I watched the whole transition. And I seen her be strong. And I told you she's strong. She's stronger than me. And I respect how she handled everything. I wish I would have handled it differently. I didn't. I was trying to take somebody's head off. It cost me a lot of money. It cost me a lot of trouble. So I take my hat off. It was a matured way to handle it.
Yeah.
And the way
you still handled it, you know what I'm saying? Once you know what I'm saying, you still, you know, because I fed off of you and you told me you would not let me You would not let me make excuses.
No, I would not. You kept trying to make excuses.
I kept trying to make excuses. You wouldn't let me.
We argued so much. I mean, we was hollering at each other.
Yeah, we was.
He was so strong and bullheaded about it.
I wasn't there yet.
You wasn't.
I wasn't there
and
yet.
I had to back off because I was like, no, it's you. Because you kept saying, well, this that, and I'm going to do And I said, no, it's you. You did this.
Yeah.
And he was like, get up off of me. And I needed him, but I was like, it was too soon, and you wasn't there yet. You got there. You did, like, just a year difference.
Yeah.
It's like night and day. I mean, we done cried, we done had some emotions, and we done be like, we can't do this, and this too much.
Yeah,
but I'm like, well, you gonna get through it. I was like, stay focused, and you was more so focused on other people. Yeah. And I'm like, you cannot do that. I had to take accountability. Even though my husband did step out, I was still, like you said, being out here. At that time, so many events was going on, Sheila Shops, and I was doing this. I tapped out, and I just started focusing on my career and what I was doing.
How did you feel though? Even though it happened to you and everything, and divorce and stuff like that. But how did you feel, even going through the process? I mean, did you like, I'm ready to get this shit over with, or were you like, damn, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I was like another divorce. One thing,
Michael Jordan
is get married. Get some people marry me. It's not hard. It's not. I don't know what it is. They just like, I want to marry you. Now I done been proposed to like 6-7 times. But
the Michael Jordan.
Yes, but I've been married. Yeah, I have.
Damn.
I mean,
what you got?
Damn.
But I was like, marriage is not, and it's not the three people. It's me. I'm the common denominator. So what is it about me?
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna always look at me. I'm gonna look at me first because I take accountability for me. I look at me.
You be beating people up, so I mean.
I'm trying to grow from that.
Somebody say it's easier the third time.
Yeah, because it was a breeze. I was like, I'm out. I was like, I didn't even get a lawyer. I filed
grand
my own
opening,
paperwork.
grand closing.
Yeah.
She was like, I ain't paying nobody to do this. I know what to do.
This myself. I know what to do. So the third time, it was cheaper, and it was quick.
She said that I'm out.
I'm out. Peace. I feel like this.
Last call for alcohol.
And he tried to work it out, but I was like, I'm done. But you told me, and this was actually kind of true. He was like, you want it out. You wanted it out.
Yeah.
And I did.
Yeah.
That's all I needed right there. But I was trying to stick it out, even though we were night and day. What?
No, I got a hell of a question. Okay, let's go back. Okay, did you really feel that he was for you? He was your husband? Like, did you really feel that was your best friend? Your what's the word to be saying when your
soulmate, which I don't believe in soulmate.
Not soulmate, but soulmate.
I don't believe in to each his own. I don't believe in soulmate. I got my own soul, so I don't need to make with yours. That's just that's how I feel. Now, can you be compatible with somebody? I don't think we were compatible. I loved him because first of all, I knew him for 16 years. We dated prior to. We both been married. This was our third, both of our third marriages. Yeah, he was married twice.
Y'all had 6 rings?
You're a jerk. But I looked at even him cheating. He's not a bad person. I will say that. Even due to what he did, it was just we were not for each other.
I'm drinking all by myself.
I'm drinking too.
Are you done?
No.
Look at this. This is Mango Scotto. This is not no Stella.
I sip my wine. I don't gulp my wine. Okay.
I'm going through it over here.
I see. You drinking it fast. But what I was saying, that I just was like, I'm done. And when you're done, to me, you're done. I'm not staying in anything. Like I said, it don't even matter. Even a friendship. I'm not staying in a friendship that's toxic or we always have issues and problems. It's a waste of my time. So when that happened, like I said, I just wanted out. And I did love him. I cared about him. I wasn't in love. And I don't believe you marry for just because you're in love with somebody, because you can grow to love somebody. But I knew he was a great person. He made a mistake, and I honestly can say that I might as well have drove him to the woman's house.
What? Okay, let's do this, because what was your fault in that marriage?
My fault.
The third one.
I was selfish. What happened was my husband at the time, he was very insecure. We were just. out doing stuff, and he was go to work, come home, get ready. Like and when he cheated with his ex-wife because he don't go nowhere.
Right.
It was comfortable,
right.
and it was convenient,
right.
And so that's where he went back to,
right.
And I was just, like, okay, how dare you? It was more of a shock. Like, it wasn't even a hurt. I was like, really? You go back? And all the stuff that they had went through. And I'm like, and all the stuff that she had did. All the things she did. And I was just like, wow, you're slow.
That guy, because she reached out to me.
Yeah, she reached out to me. Everybody. And I was like, woo. It was like Acrimony, that movie. It was like, it was overdone, but she just came and kept on coming. And I never said nothing. To me, I'm not going to ever address the woman. And she let me know. Yeah. She sent me everything. And she let me know what happened. But I never said nothing to this woman because, like I said, my beef ain't never with a woman. Right. It's with the person I married. I didn't make a vow to you. I made it with them. So it was just, it was over with.
Well, you know my crazy story. I won't get off into that because I got a crazy ass story.
Yes, you have a crazy. That's like our stories were so similar. It was actually scary because I'm like, dude, look, it's playing.
Look, the thing of it is you didn't even know I host your party.
I know,
and everything was good. You and your husband was there. Y'all was dancing and everything. I was like, damn, okay. And I sat in the car one day, and I think I might have told you about mine.
I think so.
And then you was like, "Oh my God, I'm going through the same thing."
Yeah, you mentioned it first.
Man, that's crazy.
And it was so similar. The women were so. I was like, "Is they related?"
Right.
They did the
Man,
same
that's
thing.
crazy. So what I want to say is what helped me out because I was very depressed. Like people didn't know. First of all, what was going on? Like my auntie on here, like y'all had a divorce. You know what I'm saying? She know I talked to her about the situation, but I never told her we had a divorce.
Y'all got a divorce. Mm-hmm.
I was still trying to hide it, still trying to, you know what I'm saying? Then my mother, she just spreaded the information out. I told her like, let's not talk about this. This is in house.
Yeah.
She spreaded the information out, and I got so mad at her, man.
You was furious.
And I stopped talking to her. We stopped talking for a while, but I had to really kind of look at myself like, dude, if you really don't want stuff to be said, then don't say it. But I never thought that she would just, but, my family can't hold water. Fuck it. Include me, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? But, I just want to say what helped me out was counseling. I did 90 days of counseling. Mm-hmm. 3 months. Excuse me. I did 3 months of counseling through my job. You know what I mean? I went on a stress leave because I'm driving to Flint every day, but I'm crying. I'm like, dude, you done fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really messed up. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to Flint, and that's a whole anxiety level in itself, driving an hour a day, going to work, hour back. I couldn't function right. I couldn't work because I'm like, I hurt this woman so scandalously. You know what I'm saying?
And it hurt you that you hurt her.
Yeah, and it was like, man, like, was this worth it? This wasn't worth it.
That'd be my thing.
This
like,
was
and people
not
don't
worth
look at that, the consequences of it. Because
You know?
first of all, when you cheat in a marriage, you don't know how the other person may react to your situation.
I was scared. Listen, I was scared. When it first went down and shit, I'm on the bed and shit. Tanya was like, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Whoa. And so I got up and went on the other side of the bed because she was scooting close to me. And I'm like, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. Tanya not no skinny girl. You know what I'm saying? The shit, she got, her hit powerful. And I'm like, I ain't trying to do all that. But at the end of the day, it's like, I've grown so much since then. And when I went to my counseling through my job, I had to do a counseling with 12 other people, right? Mm-hmm. And I heard stories that were worse than mine. I heard stories of this guy, him and his wife had an argument. They were covering crack addicts, and he was going to the store to get some food. No, going to the store for something. He just walked out because they got to arguing. Came back. She had cooked and everything, right? Mm-hmm. And when he came back, he fixed him a plate and ate it. He was still filming. He was like, I was still mad as hell. I ain't going up there with her about that. He happened to go upstairs 3 hours later, and she was dead.
What?
She had drank liquor with her medication. And she wasn't supposed to because she was an alcoholic. She was a recovering crack addict.
Wow.
And she wasn't supposed to do that. And he was like, had we not got into that argument, had I not left, because he said when he felt her body, it was still warm. So he cried like a baby on our virtual meeting.
Wow.
And I'm like, it's somebody else that's going through something worse than I'm going through.
Yeah.
So I can be all right. I can fix this. I can change. You know what I'm saying? And it's part of growth, like growth. I was selfish. I was mainly just selfish. I didn't really care about anything else, but it had to do with Q.
Yeah.
You had to. It's Q. And I didn't really understand what narcissist was. I heard one of my friends say it like about 6 years ago, and I've heard the word before but never looked it up. And once I looked it up, I'm like, damn, that's me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's me. I'm selfish. It's long as I'm okay. That's all that matters.
And it doesn't matter about
you know what I'm
anybody
saying?
else.
That ain't cool, man. So at the end of the day, I can say my growth, man. I can see my growth. God blessed me with a beautiful home. I didn't know what I was gonna do. First of all, Tanya let me stay there for 2 years. I didn't have to go move with my mother. I didn't have to go move with my stepmama. I didn't have to go, this, that, and other. She let me stay there. I got my credit together, damn near 800. And the way I got my house was, the dude who I do floors for was like, Q, I had bid on 4 or 5 houses, and he got outbidded on each one.
Right.
So the guy was like, I need you to come put some polyurethane on his floors. I go to the house like, God damn, it was all finished. It's
You have a
up. It's
beautiful
this, that, and
home.
other. I'm like, I'm damn. And I'm like, I want this house. And he was like, well, if you want it, I'll take it off the market. Won't nobody bid with you. This, that, another one won't. Got the house and everything, furnished it, and it's like, peace is everything.
Peace is, oh my God.
You understand? Now, mind you, before you get off into that, one of the main reasons that Tanya and I had this because I wasn't doing nothing at the house. I wasn't fixing up the house. I wasn't doing nothing. I was just in a funk to where
you was living
I
your
didn't
life.
have no motivation. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have no motivation. So it's like, damn, I wasn't doing this. So you have to, when you married, you have to
First communicate.
Communicate, but I'm saying like you have to have the word I'm looking for when you doing different things like say if you fixing up the bathroom, you're going on trips, you're doing everything, you gotta have
a balance.
You gotta no you gotta when you do in your marriage, you become better. You become, what's the fucking word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Progress.
Oh, progress. Yes.
You have to progress. When you stagnated, I swear it messes your marriage up. We was looking at these same 4 walls forever, and that played a part. And she would ask me to do things, and because it was all about Q, I'll get to it later. I'll get to it later.
And later never came.
She kept asking me, Q, can you do? I'll get to it later.
And
you understand what I'm saying?
And too, with divorce, with marriage, let's just start with that. You have to give attention. And I say this about men. Men are pretty simple overall.
I need attention.
Yeah, but they want, and I learned that through my last marriage, like attention. And that's one thing, I'll leave home at 7 in the morning, don't come back till 11 or 12 at night. I love to go out, listen to music and do this. And then when things went so bad, like I said, I might as well drove him to the woman's house because even though it wasn't cheating on him, I was never home. I was doing this, doing that, doing events, going here, like you said, doing stuff. I made myself get busy because we were different as far as the lifestyle that we lived. I'm out and about more. He's, like I said, structured. I could tell you like what he's doing at that time of the day because he was so structured. He even went to events with me, but it was just he felt out of place, like a fish out of water, because it wasn't his element. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I stopped even asking him to go places with me because I felt it was like torturing him because it was too much and that wasn't his arena. So, and you have to pay attention to that, what your spouse needs, their wants and their needs, and you have to compromise. I just kept saying, well, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, so I'm going out. I spent more time hanging out with my girlfriends at the time than my husband.
Come on, we talked about it.
Yeah, and it's just the truth. So, and like I said, I take accountability for my part in everything.
Yeah.
And I wish he would have just left instead of cheat because, like you talked about counseling, I had to go to anger management because I was angry and.
You need that right now. You need that today.
Because I have no tolerance, but I'm learning as I get older. Because yes, I don't play with people. I'm not for play. Don't play with me. I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna play with you. We're not gonna play.
Don't play with she.
Listen, have you seen her calf muscles? She opponent kick you and fuck you up.
And I'm getting better because I am. My thing is this: I'm not gonna keep talking to nobody. I'm a fighter. I used to box. I love to fight. So
look at that.
Jesus Christ.
Look at that.
Listen, I'm
So
gonna tell you
that's
this.
She just, fellas. She just told y'all.
Man, she don't fuck around.
You'll get these hands.
You get these. Listen, you see her calves.
No, I've seen her calves. She kicked somebody. It's over with.
She'll kick you in your chest.
You know what? And I told you I was going to box professionally because I love boxing. My daddy taught me that. The only reason I didn't go professional because your hands and your body is like a lethal weapon. And I was like, I fight too much. I can't be up here because you get sued if you're a boxer and you fight people. So I did not go into boxing because I wanted to, just in case I need to fight so much.
I'm gonna tell you this, like, I think people need to go to counseling.
That's crazy that she thought that all the way through.
I did.
Like,
I think about stuff.
You know what? I want to box, but if I actually got to get into it with somebody,
Yeah, I'm like, you know
what? I'd rather just be able to beat their ass and have a
They
clear
can't
conscience
charge me
about it,
because
and
my
I ain't
hands
got to go to jail.
Hello, that was my whole thought process.
They can't be like, oh, you've been
I
trained to
think,
do
like-
this. We gonna lock you up.
People need
No,
counseling.
but real talk, that's actually what they'll do that though.
Yeah, they will.
Hell yeah, they will.
Yeah, and I would be.
That's why Floyd don't fuck with nobody. You
can't because your hands are lethal
Yeah,
weapons.
none of them boxes.
They can't.
You don't hear them getting into no fights outside.
No. And then, like I said, I was trying to leave the house. I packed to leave. I was actually leaving the house, and the altercation it went from boom to bam on my head.
Boom to bam.
It went from boom to bam, and I was just like, shoo, shot. And I'm like, this Negro called the police on me. And one thing about police, somebody going to jail.
Somebody
going to jail.
What city was it?
It was Southfield.
Oh, nigga, somebody
Oakland
going to
County.
jail.
All
Quick.
places.
Oh my God, I couldn't even get out the driveway. They was like, rip, rip. I can laugh and joke about it now, but then I thought about setting it off with Queen Latifah. I was like, if I just ablaze these niggas real quick.
Man.
All right, listen. Let me tell you this. I think people need counseling even when you're doing good.
Yes. And yes.
You understand what I'm saying? Because you want to know how to keep it fresh, keep it this, that. Listen, man, I'm going to tell you this. My next relationship, because I don't want to be, I'm about to get there. I'm about to get that half-century mark. I don't want to be single too long. I'm not exempt in the fact that me and Tanya get back together. Only God know that.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? But my next relationship, I want to be 100%. I want to take this here, what I learned, and the hurt, and all the faults that I put upon Tanya. I want to, my next relationship, whether it be her, whether it be someone else, I want to be 100, man.
That's right.
Like, I want to know what real love is. Damn, but this nigga Baker come around here? This nigga Baker around here? But I just want to be 100. I want to be that grown-ass man. I want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't about a party no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I went through that phase where it's just about Q Hefner. It was about a bunch of us incorporated. It was about the parties. And I committed to that life, that underworld. And it gave me nothing. I didn't even make the money I was supposed to make because the time didn't match up with the money.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? So I sacrificed so much for my family. I mean, for the streets that I didn't do what I was supposed to do for my family.
And you know,
so I can say I can honestly say and sit here and say that I was the fault of my divorce.
and that's growth.
You understand what I'm saying? I was the fault of my divorce. And I'm okay with saying that now. Because I finally understood it. I didn't say this a couple years ago. I was trying to justify it.
Yeah.
Well, if no, nigga, it was you that you controlled all this shit that happened. You understand what I'm saying? Even with your daughters and spending time with your daughters, this, that, and the other. And I love my girls. And I spend a lot of time with my girls, but I could spend more. I could have done more. And then the alcohol played so much of a part in all my faults. I'm telling you, I ran away because that's a part of my family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying? I got my family on here, and I'm not finna point out no fingers. I'm just talking about me.
Right.
Like, the alcohol consumed me. Real talk. Accidents, hitting poles, this, that, and the other. Cause like when I'm out there hosting, I got to drink, and when I found out that these niggas really don't love me, they love what I can do for their party. They love that I'm drunk and I can host a party real good. That's all they fucking care about. They don't care about me.
Yeah.
I gotta go home and be drunk and fuck around and fall asleep at the wheel and hit a pole and all this type of stuff. That's why I realized, man, this world, them streets don't give a fuck about you.
No, and the things that important, we let them go to satisfy streets that don't mean nothing to us. And you know what? During that whole ordeal, I feel like this. You know how you feel like you're on the high on one end, but God humbles you and He breaks you down. Oh, God will break you down. He really does. Even in that situation, like I said, I take accountability. And everybody, everybody want to point a finger in a marriage, but everybody holds a part in it. Whether you, like I said, I neglected my husband. I was doing my thing, or when I did come home, it was like we were more roommates than husband and wife at the point. And God, He had to humble me. He broke that. Some things came to light. Some things came out, and I had to deal with myself.
Yes.
And so
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Once you deal with yourself and recognize yourself and understand yourself, let me tell you something, man. I looked in the mirror. I'm sorry, I cut you off, didn't I?
You
God,
it never
damn
fails.
At the one time show, I would look in the mirror, and I would make a movie. Oh, there's a lot of stuff y'all don't know, and I'm not gonna get into. I will make a movie in the mirror talking to the person that brought all this out. I should say. I'm still doing that. I ain't healed all the way.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not healed all the way. I'm still going through it. I still go through my depression. Sometimes I stay in the house. I'll be like, am I loving my new house or am I in depressed mode? Because I don't open the blinds. I don't do none of that shit. I'm in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I go through that. But what I want to say is this. What I longed for was attention. And I don't think Tanya really knew how to give it because the attention was never given to her. You understand what I'm saying? I need somebody to put their head on my chest. I need somebody to rub on me. I need somebody to you know what I'm saying? And she didn't do that. And what I would do is, not recognize that all she work, deal with the kids, cook, clean, and then get in the bed with me and fall asleep. And I would kind of hate her for that. Yeah. How you fall asleep when you get to me?
Yeah.
And I would get out the house. I have an attitude like I'm gone. You don't go to sleep on me. I want to have sex now.
Right. Like it's my time and you go to sleep.
She'll rub on me and then.
And
you know what I'm saying? I would turn her back on me. Like she sleep on this side. Turn her back on me. I'm like, you got the best back in the world. That's how I would look at it.
Yeah. And you know what? And I'm gonna say this. I'm only speaking from a lady's point of, woman's point of view. Ladies, when to me, because my husband did the same thing. He was like, I need affection. I need attention.
Yeah.
I'd be like, whatever. Or, I give it for a minute, then I'm back to doing what I was doing. Yeah. When they say that is a cry. They're crying out to you to let you know, like, I need this. And one thing, they're not going to get it from you. They're going to go get it elsewhere. It's just going to happen. Absolutely. So my thing is, that's where communication come in. That's where compromising and, that's part of marriage. Yeah. And I say this, even though I've been married, and I feel like this, you never know when you'll find love. I don't plan on ever getting married again.
I think you will.
You think so?
I think you will. I think you will. Because if you find that man that love you that much and want to get married, you gonna tell him no?
I don't know, but
and he approved himself.
I don't know. I can't say for sure. I'm not. I won't say no, but I won't say yeah. Because like I said, I have to work on me.
But you won't have a ring. You have a 4-finger ring.
No, you're a jerk. You're such a jerk. You are a true a-hole.
Small baby, I love you so much, man.
I love you too, and I'm so proud of you. I remember, like I said, time heals, and you still healing. You were so mad. I was like, Q, I wanted to shake you, like, get it together. I'm like, I'm a pro at this now. So I can tell you about divorce. But, and listen, don't let nobody beat you up about your divorce. Don't let nobody.
Absolutely.
Don't let nobody talk about, people going to talk. They're going to do that. But you have to do what's best for you in your situation. Yeah. You never know what. To me, it's always a blessing in something that seemed like a tragic situation. Yeah. So don't beat yourself up. I don't care if you've been married 10 times. It don't matter. That's your life. Don't let nobody beat you up or talk about you about your life. You have to live your life the way you need to live it.
You know what? And that's what I did, man. And we gonna you know what? We got a couple minutes on our site. You know what I'm saying? So if you're on our site, if you're on the page and all stuff, we got a couple more minutes gonna cut off. But we're gonna keep this live going for a minute, man. No past that. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it's a hell of a topic, and I got a lot of people on my live, man, that's in here, that's commenting, that's this, that, and the other. So what I want to tell you is this, man. Listen, communication. You have to talk to each other. Don't talk at each other, and listen to listen. Don't listen to respond.
Yes.
Because a lot of times I used to listen to respond. I used to cut Tanya off. Never let her get her shit out. Never let her get what's on her mind off her chest. You know what I'm saying? And was that right? But never let her say what she had to say, because I cut her off because I knew I was wrong.
Yeah, and that's why you cut her off.
And I cut her off. So what I'm saying is, listen to listen. Don't listen to respond. If you let that person get what they get out, so you can listen to it and then regurgitate it back, however you want to regurgitate it back, and let them know how you feel. And don't yell at each other. I'm telling you, counseling is so important.
And having
you know
a relationship with God, like that's the form of having a relationship with God. That's so important. That's the foundation to me. And you know, everybody don't believe in God, but I'm telling y'all, I know the power of prayer. I know what it did for me. And you really have to. Both have to be equally yoked. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Go to church together, pray together. When you eat, when you wake up in the morning, pray together, because if you have that type of vibe in your home, you won't stray that far away from it. So I think having God, that's first and foremost, because you can't have a foundation to me without it. Yeah. So that's my input on that.
Yeah, you have a lot of women that seclude themselves and kind of like cover up and kind of hide themselves because of what's going on, you know what I'm saying, in their relationship. But what I'm saying is, counseling, I couldn't make it without counseling. Mm-hmm. And I had 90 days of it.
But you had to realize that, because you probably would have never done counseling.
Accountability.
Yes.
Accountability. Yes. I finally got to a place where I can say, Q, you were at fault. You understand what I'm saying? And stop blaming Tanya for what she didn't do and what I needed her to do. But nigga, what didn't you do? Mm-hmm. What did you do? We can wrap up on the show. We're going to wrap up on the show. We're going to keep going on the live.
Guys. And if you guys have any questions, any comments, put them on either Q or I page. We're actually going to have another show on this, because this is a great topic. If you have something you want to bring to the table, if you experience a marriage, overall, marriage is a beautiful thing. It's what you make it. What you put in, it's what you get out. So
if y'all want to come on the show, if y'all been through a divorce, y'all going through a divorce, because this is therapy. This is counseling. You know what I'm saying? Come on the show and talk about it. Let's sit back. We're sipping on Earl Stevens. You know what I'm saying? And we can talk about it. So we're going to be gone from the show if you're on the link. But stay with us, because we got about 10 minutes after this on our live. You know what I'm saying? Because I got some more shit to say.
On that note, we are out. Y'all enjoy the evening.
Shout out to everybody on the site. You know what I'm saying? I got 23 people on my line.
Woo,
listen. So, this is what I want to say here, man.
Thank y'all for tuning in to the dinner table with Q and She.
There it is. Listen, when I said,